From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Thursday, September 14th. A chilly start indeed, but we're going to have another gorgeous afternoon under mostly sunny skies. Highs are going to be in the mid-70s. And today, time runs out to avoid a strike at America's three unionized automakers. The UAW has given Ford, GM, and Stellantis until 1 minute before midnight to reach deals covering 146,000 auto workers. If not, leaders say they'll start small, targeted strikes against a few factories per company. That could grow to widespread walkouts. We spoke to union members who gathered last night in Kokomo, where Stellantis is a major employer.
We're fighting for concessions that we've given up to keep the companies profitable. And now it's time to swing the pendulum the other way. They've made their record profits. It's time to give back what we've already conceded before. We're just trying to catch back up to where we should be.
A strike would have a sweeping impact on the state. Between 5 major factories, hundreds of parts suppliers, and other associated jobs, the state estimates 116,000 people in Indiana work in the automotive field. And the president of the UAW says using targeted strikes will maximize leverage at the bargaining table while minimizing the impact to the union members. Shawn Fain unveiled the plan yesterday. The union says it has an $825 million strike fund for workers to use while they're not getting paychecks. Estimates say that backstop would run dry in less than 3 months if all workers went on strike at the same time. Industry experts say walking out of one engine or transmission location per company may be enough to shut down nearly 75% of all assembly plants.
The big three can afford to immediately give us our fair share. If they choose not to, then they're choosing to strike themselves, and we are not afraid to take action.
The CEO of Ford says his company has made 4 offers to the UAW but has not gotten one genuine counteroffer. IT-Mate finds some families in Fishers are frustrated with the change of leadership in schools, claiming a toxic work environment led to it. Yvonne Stokes is out as superintendent of Hamilton Southeastern Schools. We brought you the emergency meeting the school board held yesterday morning to accept her resignation. Neither the board nor Stokes are giving any specifics about why she's leaving and say the separation agreement forbids them from doing so. The move follows a year of controversy within the school system over the role of diversity, equity, and inclusion in schools, a grant for mental health services, and several administrator changes.
Chose to resign, and we're moving forward with her legal request and our obligation as a school district to ensure that we're setting up our district for success going forward.
They are fearful of the policies and the procedures that this school board has clearly come in with a pre-planned agenda to do, and they don't have a voice in this matter. They have silenced the teachers. They don't care what the teachers have to say.
The board named Assistant Superintendent Matt Kegley as the interim superintendent. The search for a new permanent superintendent is underway. IMPD is asking for more money to make major investments in technology and mental health. The department's budget request for next year is nearly $324 million, an $11 million increase from this year's budget. Chief Randall Taylor says IMPD would use much of the money to install cameras inside patrol cars, while expanding its public safety program and license plate reader technology. IMPD says it's also adding scenario-based training to help officers better deal with mental health calls. The Public Safety Committee and the full City County Council must approve the budget before it takes effect. And the police union backs the budget request. The president of Indianapolis FOP released a statement fully supporting the plan and thanking IMPD leaders for their work to address the vital staffing, equipment, and labor needs of the workforce. Rick Snyder also writes, undoubtedly many challenges remain for our community and the police services needed for the coming years ahead. Early morning gunfire leaves one person wounded on the southwest side of Indianapolis. IMPD says officers found the victim about 2 this morning after some kind of disturbance escalated to gunshots. Our crew went to the scene at the Big Dog Saloon along Kentucky Avenue. Officers say the victim is a male, but they're not giving an exact age or name. They say he is stable at the hospital. About 200 people are without a home this morning after a fire damaged a downtown apartment building. It happened last night at the Circle City Apartments near 13th and Meridian. Investigators believe a woman living on the 9th floor left a candle burning while she went to check on some laundry, and when she got back, she found her couch on fire. IFD says heavy smoke spread to several upper floors. Medics checked 2 people at the scene for slight smoke inhalation. No one else was injured. A former First Lady of Indiana is reflecting on her husband's legacy 20 years after his death. Governor Frank O'Bannon died September 13, 2003, 5 days after suffering a stroke in Chicago during a trip for a trade meeting. Judy O'Bannon joined Phil Sanchez on last night's Unfiltered segment. They talked about how much Indiana has changed since that day.
Well, I think the fact that he was a good person. He almost personified what we think of as a Hoosier. Lee Hamilton once said, you know, we always say, what does the word Hoosier mean? And one time he said, well, look at Frank O'Bannon. And I think he saw those qualities that sometimes we who are busy doing daily things don't see among ourselves.
You can watch the entire conversation with Judy O'Bannon online right now. You can find it in the As Seen On section of wishtv.com. Boone County has some bragging rights over the rest of the state. The Indiana Chamber of Commerce says the county is the Community of the Year. Wish TV was there for the celebration of the award yesterday. The chamber calls Boone County a top destination for people and businesses. Local leaders say small businesses make up 80% of the local economy. The county says businesses brought nearly 2,000 new jobs to the community in the last 3 years. Another Boilermaker is about to go to space. Laurel O'Hara is one of 3 members of a mission to the International Space Station. The other 2 are Russian cosmonauts. Launch is set for late tomorrow morning. It'll be O'Hara's first trip into space after joining Purdue's vaunted Cradle of Astronauts program in 2017. Today, the town of Speedway will celebrate IMSA's return to IMS with a street festival. The sports car series is making its return to the track's road course this weekend for the first time since 2014. Tonight's fest runs from 6 to 8 on Main Street. It's free to go. Organizers say more than 30 of the series cars will be on display as well. They say drivers will also participate in an autograph session and Q&A with fans. President Biden is brushing off the House Republicans' impeachment probe. He addressed it for the first time during a fundraiser in Virginia yesterday. McCarthy officially launched the probe yesterday over the business dealings of the president's son, Hunter Biden. President Biden claims the GOP is doing this because the party wants to shut down the federal government. The White House is calling it a political stunt. Biden says he's instead focusing on things Americans want. A federal judge is restricting former President Donald Trump from discussing classified information in the case charging him with illegally hoarding top-secret documents. U.S. District Judge Aileen Cannon issued the protective order yesterday. She says Trump and his legal team cannot disclose information to anyone other than the judge, some government personnel, and others specifically authorized to access the information. Cannon says Trump must also use a secure facility to review classified evidence. Wish TV medical expert and former U.S. Surgeon General Dr. Jerome Adams says it's okay to take cold medicines with phenylephrine, even though the ingredient doesn't work. The FDA said this week phenylephrine does not actually get rid of nasal congestion. It's in over-the-counter medicines like Sudafed and Dayquil. Dr. Adams says most people can continue using the medicines as long as they monitor their blood pressure. Adams warns it could become difficult to find those common cold medicines because some stores are going to start pulling them off of shelves. The updated COVID, Moderna, and Pfizer vaccinations could be available as early as today. As we've reported, the CDC recommends anyone 6 months to 4 years old receive a series of the shots. Those older than 5 need 1 dose. The agency says COVID hospitalizations rose about 9% this week from last. And as far as transmissions, doctors say case counts are tough to gauge with fewer people testing. Now, I did a quick appointment search online this morning. There were appointments for the updated vaccines at Indianapolis CVS stores as early as Sunday. For Walgreens, I found them as early as Monday. And a Colts watch, rookie quarterback Anthony Richardson is quickly becoming a favorite of his teammates. He's in tune with them. Quite literally, Richardson bought all of his teammates' new $500 AirPod Max headphones. The rookie quarterback included a note with each gift saying he's excited to be on a journey with them.
I appreciate these guys a lot. Ever since I was drafted, they always showed me love. They always led me the right way. So I just felt like it was just a small token of myself just to, gift everybody some headphones. I don't think it's anything major. It's just me showing them that I appreciate them for supporting me and helping me throughout everything that's been going on for these past few months. But, I appreciate my guys, so I just had to show them some love.
Next up, the team heads to Houston to take on the Texans Sunday at 1 o'clock. And to business headlines, Fort Wayne is the 9th best city to start a family. The U.S. News and World Report list takes into account factors like the quality of education, crime rates, and health care. The median home price as of July of 2023, according to Redfin, is $207,000. Median household income in 2021 per the U.S. Census was almost $54,000. Across the United States, the cost of car insurance is up 19% compared to a year ago. Insurance companies have to cover more claims as a result of these events, leaving them with higher losses. To compensate, they're raising rates. The head of Frontier Airlines says he cannot believe companies are still allowing people to work from home, calling it silly. Barry Biffle told Bloomberg the airline plans to double down on cutting costs and boosting productivity in response to a sudden slowdown in demand for the kind of domestic leisure trips that are his airline's specialty. Nearly 1 in 3 full-time U.S. employees spend at least some part of their week working remotely. It's according to data from Stanford University. Elon Musk called for an artificial intelligence referee on Wednesday as tech tycoons and lawmakers met for a closed-door summit in Washington, D.C. to discuss the best way to regulate the burgeoning technology. Musk referred to AI as a double-edged sword that could bring major benefits or have disastrous consequences for humanity. And the Barbie movie appears to be energizing sales of Barbie toys after its summer release. Barbie toy sales in the U.S. increased 25% for the July through August combined months compared to the same 2-month period a year ago. That's according to the most recent data from market research firm Circana. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand for even more on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.